All right, guys, I'm not going to beat around the bush, and this is not a clickbait video. I'm recording the video today to announce that I'm going to be retiring from YouTube. The Columbus Police Body Camera YouTube channel is not going to continue in the way that it has for the last 5 years. The regular uploads are not going to continue, and at some point, probably in the relatively near future, all uploads are going to stop. The reason I'm doing this is because, frankly, I'm exhausted. Emotionally and spiritually, I'm exhausted. I can't continue to do this under the conditions that I've been forced to make these videos. I came to this decision all the way back in July 22nd, 2025. I sent my last records request for the YouTube channel. On that day, I started my arbitration hearing in order to get my job back. After being illegally targeted and retaliated against because of my First Amendment activity, the city of Columbus fired me, and I had to fight to get my job back. And when I went to that hearing, I knew that it was all over. The day of the hearing, I knew I was going to be returning to work soon. I knew that I had been targeted because of my First Amendment activity, because of this YouTube channel, and that when I came back to work, I knew for a fact the city was going to continue to watch me under a microscope and continue to target me. And I decided when I come back, I'm going to stop making these videos. I owe it to myself and I owe it to my family to stop making these videos, because I don't want to put my wife and my kids through what they went through over the last 18 months ever again. You know, when I started this channel and I started making videos, it was the year 2020, the summer of love. And there was a lot of politicians, specifically the mayor of Columbus and city council members for the city of Columbus, as well as a lot of outside agitators and activists, saying that the officers were acting inappropriately during the riots. They were saying that these weren't even riots, that they were peaceful protests. So I started this, and at the time, coincidentally, the mayor of the city of Columbus had put out an order to all of the chiefs and deputy chiefs, commanders, and everybody on down, that they were not allowed to talk to the media to dispel any of these myths or to tell anything that was going to combat these lies. As a matter of fact, the Division of Police's Facebook page wasn't allowed to post anything that would make the division look good, was not allowed to post anything that would put them in a positive light. I know for a fact that one of the people running the Columbus Police social media account was actually criticized by people in city government, saying that they have a pro-police bias. Imagine the person who was hired to try to make the Division of Police look good be criticized for having a pro-police bias. That was the environment that we were in when I started this YouTube channel. I decided, you know what, if nobody else is going to go out and tell the truth about the Division of Police and show that these are actually good, honorable men doing God's work under incredibly difficult conditions, if nobody else is willing to do that, I'm going to do it myself. So I started making records requests and I started posting videos about the riots. Those were the first videos that I ever put on this channel because I wanted the truth to be out there. Then the channel kind of morphed into kind of debunking all of the myths about police officers and showing that the officers of the Columbus Division of Police are they're a shining example of what police should be like across the country and across the globe. And that's exactly what I've done. I've shown officers responding to calls of people having drug overdoses and treating them with respect and dignity and an incredible amount of care, showing that our officers are experts at dealing with people struggling with mental illness and in mental health crises, potentially violent situations, de-escalating those situations in a way that is best for everybody, that these serious reforms are not necessary, showing that officers take an incredible amount of guns off the streets without harming the people who were in possession of those firearms, because there's that narrative out there that as soon as a police officer sees a gun, they just start shooting people. I wanted to defeat those narratives. I think I've successfully done that. Some things that have happened along the way is that I've discovered some incompetence and corruption in the city of Columbus. I found an inspector general report where they lied about the race of an individual in order to create a narrative that police officers are just stopping young black men for no reason other than walking down the street wearing a hoodie, where there was an example where even the video that was submitted to the Office of Inspector General showed that the individual was white. In response to that video, the Office of Inspector General said, "We became aware of an error in one of our reports, but we still stand behind the finding," meaning they refused to accept responsibility for their own mistakes and incompetence, which shows to me that this is actually intentional and it's corruption. I went on to show the incompetence of the Columbus Police Civilian Review Board, not understanding policy, arguing with attorneys about what is a crime, what is not a crime, not understanding search and seizure law, thinking that police officers should wear body cameras 24 hours a day just because there might be a chance that while off duty, they might be forced to act and use deadly force. These things are absolutely ridiculous, and I began exposing these things time and time again because the examples were abundant. It was abundantly clear that the officers of the Columbus Division of Police were not the problem, but the city administration, the Office of Inspector General, the Civilian Review Board, City Council, and the mayor, they in fact were the problem. They were the thing that was creating these hardships for citizens of Columbus. Another thing that happened during that exact same time period, and this is what I was trying to stop, these policies that were being enacted in order to hamper the police department's ability to go out and do their job. One of the responses from the community is that we saw record high amounts of violent crime over that same time period. The years of 2020 through 2024 were incredibly violent for the city of Columbus, to a large degree because of the policies that were instituted that when I created this YouTube channel, I was trying to prevent from happening. When I did those things, the politicians in the city of Columbus saw me as a threat. Not because I was a bad guy or a bad police officer, but because I was destroying their false narrative. And if the public didn't believe their false narrative, they would no longer be in power. Because they viewed me as a threat to their political power, they broke the law. They violated my constitutional rights. They fired me, and in firing me, they didn't just go after me, they went after my family. They went after my wife and my children. My children were coming home from school telling me that their friends saw me in the news and that their friends were talking about me, thinking that I was a corrupt police officer, because the city of Columbus's response was to try to destroy me from the ground up. They argued with the prosecutor's office for 3 months, trying to charge me with 17 felonies because they didn't want to simply get me to stay quiet. They were trying to destroy me. Back on July 22nd, when I submitted my final records request, I knew that I was going to be getting my job back. And I also knew that when I got back to work, the city of Columbus was going to continue to target me and harass me due to my First Amendment activity. I don't want to put my family through another 18 months like they just went through. I can't afford to do that. So I'm going to stop making these YouTube channels, these YouTube videos. I'm going to stop spending all of my free time creating content for you guys. And I'm going to dedicate that time to myself and my family. Due to the political environment in the city of Columbus and the way the negative consequences of what the city government is doing, I plan on moving out of the city of Columbus. In order to do that, I need to generate some more income. So rather than spending my days off creating YouTube videos for free, I'm going to go and start picking up overtime. I'm going to pick up overtime, put all of that money into the house, and move out of the county. With that, I might even look at a lateral transfer to another agency. I can't do those things if I'm continuing to make these YouTube videos. There has to be a sacrifice has to be made. I feel very good about everything that I've done on YouTube over the last 5 years. I feel like I've had a very positive impact on my community. I've had a positive impact on the officers of the Columbus Division of Police. I've helped show them as an example of how police should be for people across the world. My videos that I've produced and put out on YouTube are actually used as training material for police officers across the country. I'm incredibly proud of what I've created here. I also know that because of some of the things I've exposed, even though the city won't admit it, I know for a fact that some things have changed. I know for a fact that the review process with the Office of Inspector General has changed. I also know that with the last FOP contract, the city was trying to get binding recommendation power for the Civilian Review Board. And because I had produced so many videos showing the incompetence of the Civilian Review Board, the city was forced to drop that part of the collective bargaining contract, or drop that effort to get that put into the collective bargaining agreement. So I bought the officers of the Division of Police a couple more years where they don't have to worry about the backlash of these incompetent investigations and these incompetent Civilian Review Board members trying to ruin their career. Because of all of the things that I brought to light by watching the Civilian Review Board meetings and posting that stuff on YouTube, it also changed the way the FOP is doing things. And now they are doing that stuff. When I started this back in 2020, people were screaming, why isn't anybody doing this? Once I started to do it, it caught on. And now other people are doing it, but it's behind the scenes. I no longer have to be the guy that's out there presenting myself as a lightning rod for attention from the city. I feel that I have accomplished the goals that I set out to accomplish with this channel. And I can hold my head high and walk away. And that time has come.